Alright, welcome back to round 3. Hopefully we can squeeze a win out here. I won't mulligan this time. This is about as good as we can ask for, to be honest. Yeah, so the first 2 rounds have sufficiently humbled me, and now I'm happy with 1 win. I didn't think my deck was that bad, but I guess it is. It doesn't have much in the way of creatures, really, which is an important part of most Magic decks. And Odyssey is really about having some sort of board presence. There's not really any kind of creature-less control deck. The best thing you can have is sort of the red-blue, like, Swirling Sandstorm deck. But then that's really bad against anything with flyers. Like, flyers are really good in this format, and that's one of the reasons why. Yeah. Unfortunately, we weren't on the play here, so we don't get to make our opponent discard from Words of Wisdom. But we at least do get to draw ourselves. So it doesn't... I'm going to play both, like Mystic Penitent and Mystic Familiar here. Even though it means my mana's less flexible later, it means that I've got a flying creature and a vigilance creature. Even if they do play something like that can block on the ground, I can still attack in the air. Yeah, that's fine. Like in this case, I'm happy I played those because now I can keep attacking. Yep, just getting into that, then I'll play a 2/2. This is why I don't like playing Terror's Faithful main deck. It's just like it prevents damage, sure, and it's not a bad card. It's just not powerful at all. So I really wish I had like Patrol Hound or Wild Mongrel or something like that. Those cards are insanely good. Just being able to discard cards for any kind of effect is really powerful. Like people always talk about Patrol Hound as one of the like stereotypical Odyssey cards in that you just discard cards to it for no reason. Literally, if there was a land that tapped for 1 colorless mana and let you just discard cards, even if it was like 1 mana, discard a card for no effect, it will get played. You really need to discard cards in this format. Just get them out of your hand. Crow's Verge is pretty good. The good thing here is like I can repel if they play a really good creature and they haven't searched for their Crow's Verge yet. I can put it back on top of their library and then let them shuffle it away. But we'll see. I can also just cast a Wormfang Drake. That's another thing I can do. And yeah, I'll probably just attack the Mystic Familiar on its own, I guess. Yeah. Hit them for 1 damage, then play Wormfang Drake. Probably on the Mystic Penitent, I guess. It's my worst creature right now. And I don't really want it to be Vigilant Sentry, because if I do have Threshold afterwards, it won't be as valuable. Because it won't have haste, so it won't be able to tap it the turn that it comes in. Which is really one of the best things about Vigilant Sentry, is that tapping ability. That last game, I felt like I had it locked up with all my Vigilant Sentries, and then my opponent just killed my creatures completely. That stupid Shower of Coals, or whatever it's called. That's the kind of card where, like, you're drafting 2 non-red cards and someone passes that to you and you just go into red straight away. That card was insane. So if I had an island here, I'd play it, but I don't need a 3rd plains or a 2nd mountain for any particular reason at the moment, and being able to discard some cards would be handy. My opponent's nowhere near killing me, so I'm happy just to chalk up my hand. Discard a card incidentally here or there. Keep them for compulsion, whatever. Yeah, Crow's Verge is pretty sweet. Like, there's a lot of good green-white stuff going on, but green and white just aren't the strongest color. Like, white is not that strong a color. Green is overdrafted, so if you go in a green-white deck, it's very hard to end up with something good. I find blue is one of my favorite colors in this format, because almost all the blue cards are, like, playable, at least. It's really easy to end up with a blue-based deck that's playable, and okay. no matter what your other color is. Like blue black, blue green, blue red, those are all good, and blue white is terrible. I just really don't like white a lot. Like white has the most consistent power level, but none of the cards are good enough to really warrant them. There's no Stone Cold Bombs. Like, I don't think I've ever lost to a white deck in this format, actually. I can't remember if either of my previous opponents were playing white, but yeah. It's just not a powerful colour. I think I will play Mountain here just in case. Being able to keep up Thermal Blast and Repel is more valuable than slowly accumulating cards. Yeah, playing for the last pack always feels weird. It doesn't happen often, but every now and then you go to the last round, you're playing for the last pack, it's just a weird feeling. So, what I can do here is I can repel my own creature, which I think I might actually do. Let's see. I'll just have to. So, I don't care. I'm happy to have the card in my graveyard. Like, I really don't care about that creature. What I could do is repel it, and then I get to keep it. They don't draw a card, all that stuff. But the repel is significantly more valuable than the Mystic Familiar is. And I've got this Wormfang Drake just getting in there. I'd much rather repel the Wormfang Drake if I need to. Yeah, I'll just take 5 damage here. My opponent's not anywhere near killing me. No reason to give them an extra creature. Okay, pretty close to just discarding cards here now. Also pretty close to just killing my opponent with a 3/4 flyer. This card's sick. Balfour the Stout is fine. My opponent's deck is quite confusing, which tends to happen in the last round. I mean, my deck's kind of confusing too, to be honest, but my opponent's deck especially, like, Balfour the Stout is barely even playable. It's like, okay, if you've got like a fair few barbarians, but I haven't seen any yet. Let's just start discarding lands. Discard a plains while I have more than 2 of them in my hand, and then discard a mountain. I can take 2 damage here, that's fine. Actually, no, that's fine, I can take 2 damage. It really doesn't matter. I was considering repelling it to make them draw it again, but it's fine. I'll keep the repel for when I can get maybe close to King Threshold, I guess. What's my opponent got? Yeah. So they get a 6/6. Do they have a way to give it flying? Ooh, okay. Yep, you can draw that on your next turn. Very well. Do not want my opponent Spirit Flaring my Wormfang Drake. Does not seem ideal. And now it's a lot less scary, because I know about it. So they can turn it into a 3/3 and activate it. That's fine. Oh, I can start with Careful Study. That's a good way to stack your graveyard. So I can probably just kill my opponent now, right? Yep. So I'll attack with Wormfang Drake, turn into a 6/6. That should be enough to kill my opponent. Flying creatures are very valuable. It's one of the important things about Odyssey as well, taking flying creatures and graveyard stuff. My opponent said, lucky you. Lucky me. I've won 1 game of Magic. Lucky me. Just, I always find that kind of stuff just really sore loser kind of. Maybe I was lucky. It's a game of variance. Everyone agreed to that at the onset. If you don't want to play it, you don't have to. Probably will play Floating Shield. It basically makes the creature unblockable a lot of the time. Still trying to figure out what white cards I even like. I don't like any of them is the problem. What cards don't I like here? Swelling Sandstorm actually seems good against them. Didn't see any flies. Probably be on the draw, cut an island. The reason I've been cutting an island is because I don't have that many blue spells. They're all single blue mana. And 18 lands is better on the draw than it is on the... better on the play than it is on the draw. On the draw you get 1 extra card to hit your land drops. So you don't get as wrecked by having slightly less lands in your deck. The variance is pretty low, but having an extra card in your deck on the play can have an impact. So it's worth just covering your bases in that case. Cards that I can cut here. Just thinking. Spirit Flare is really not that good, unfortunately. Might just cut Dreamwinder. My opponent's not playing blue. I like the card. I like it a lot, but don't need to go crazy with it. I would not like to mulligan. I'm not even sure if it's correct to play in this matchup. So, do I want a careful study here? I guess. Might be able to hit a white land for next turn. Careful studying on turn 1 is always a little bit risky, but I do want to hit my white lands. I don't need 2 blue lands, so I guess I can discard them. Yeah, that's fine. Then, deciding if I want to play a Banded Outpost or Mountain. There's a good argument for Mountain if I don't draw planes. I think I'll go Banded Outpost. So I can get Words of Wisdom off anytime, and this just guarantees that I can cast my Phantom Nomad next turn and start dealing some damage if they have no creatures. Which is not crazy likely, but it's possible. So once I get Chain Flinger down next turn, I should be able to do some stuff as well. Haven't seen any removal from them aside from Spirit Flare, which is a good sign. As long as I don't attack or block, my things can't really die. So I can play an island here. I can play Chain Flinger, or I can play Kurtar's Desire and Words of Wisdom. How hard is it to kill that? Fairly hard. I don't think I have any ways of killing it coming up, so I'm just gonna put a Banded Outpost on it now. Probably should have Words of Wisdom before playing my land again. I'm bad at that. Should be thinking about playing lands when I've got card draw spells in hand. But at least it's an instant. Oh, that's good. That's really good. It's especially interesting because they have an enchantment in their deck, and they haven't seen any from me. So the situations in which even Cloud Chaser forces them to kill their own enchantment, because it's not an optional ability. You have to kill something. It's an important thing to keep in mind in the older formats, like Odyssey and Time Spiral also has that. Alright, time to draw some cards and play Chainflinger. So I have 5 cards in my graveyard. Pretty close to having Threshold. If I need to, I can start blocking Rabbit Elephant with the Phantom Nomad just to get another card in my graveyard. So I definitely want to get Chainflinger down, and might as well cast Mystic Penitent. Then next turn, I have a whole bunch of things I can do. Might repel their Rabbit Elephant sometime soon. Don't think I want to take too much damage, so I'll block with the Phantom Nomad. This is one of the few times it's better than a 2-2. Feels more like 2 1/1 tokens. That's okay, I guess I won't play any creatures. Ceasefire is not a bad card, but it's certainly nothing insane. So can attack with Mystic Penitent. Not really any reason to do so. Let's see, if I attack with it, I can give it Threshold, kill that, kill one of those. Probably kill the Flyer. If I don't do that, I can kill Suntail Hawk. That seems a bit better to me. Don't need to get in for damage right now. So what I'm going to do, my options there were I could have put my Abandoned Outpost in my graveyard and cast Repel to get Threshold. I don't care about this. I'm not going to take the damage, because I can just kill it with Chainflinger. Chainflinger gets really good at this point. Although I just remembered it costs 3 to activate and not 2 to deal the 2 damage mode. Wow, getting in there with everything. Okay. So let's begin by doing this. Need to do this before blockers so my Mystic Penitent can block. Then I can put Phantom Nomad behind Balfour the Stout and ping it. Ping Balfour, that is. I'm not going to ping my own creature. Wonder why. And I can block the Suntail Hawk with my what will then be a 2-2 Mystic Penitent. Once my opponent passes priority. But yeah, Rabbit Elephant is a good card, but I feel like I've got a pretty strong chance to win this game. Chainflinger is just really hard to beat once it gets going. Gonna wait till after combat so my opponent can't pump Suntail Hawk. Yeah, Dwarven Grunt is fine, they can have an unblockable 1-1. 1-1s are almost unblockable anyway, because you never want to block them. You always much rather block the bigger creatures. Neither of these are barbarians. Not sure, is this guy in here because he's a dwarf? He doesn't have any dwarf tribal theme. And play Mystic Familiar. Attack with Mystic Penitent. Now all my terrible white creatures are kind of okay white creatures. Should have a much better chance of winning. Just hope I don't draw too many of my, whatever they're called, the Sentry card. Sentinel? Interesting. So they're going to try and whip keeper my Mystic Familiar. So it depends how much I value my life. Don't think I value it that much. So I'm just going to kill Whip Keeper here. And take 4 damage. Because I don't really want them killing my Mystic Familiar. Yeah. They tried to activate it, but it turns out it does nothing. And Trained Pronghorn can keep Rabbit Elephant off for a while. And I can start killing my opponent. So once I've killed their creatures, Changeling I can start hitting them as well. I'm feeling pretty comfortable about this. Yeah, let's kill this thing. And keep my Trained Pronghorn alive. Okay. Attack for another 4, 5, 6, 7. I can put them on a 2-turn clock now. Seems reasonable. I don't think... there's no real reason to. I'm safe if I keep my Trained Pronghorn back. While I could kill them next turn if I attacked with everything, they could easily just not attack with everything, block my 1/1, and then not die on the next turn. And if they have a trick, they could just kill me. Fair enough. They conceded. I mean, Changeling, I had the game locked down for the last couple turns, and yeah, so we've got 1 pack. I hope it's a Torment pack, because then I'll have a full draft set. I'm going to do another draft. So thank you for watching.